Chief Bishop Michael Bibi receives excess love, best wishes and support from the people of Ikata. This while on a pastoral visit to the community yesterday, Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. And it is at the Regional Purchase College Mutengene that the 2024-2025 academic year was dedicated to God this fateful day. Good evening and thanks for joining us on a Divine Mercy Prime this evening. These stories and more will be developed in just a moment. You stay with us. You're welcome back. Bishop Michael Bibi's pastoral visit to Ikata yesterday was characterized with a lot of euphoria and jubilation. The bishop received best wishes from the entire Christian community of Ikata, the clergy, Ikata Bike Riders Association, members of the Bishop Michael Bibi Peace Club, amongst others. Asama Eileen, who accompanied the bishop during his pastoral visit yesterday, tells us.
Upon arrival at Ikata under Muyuka Diniri, bike riders of this community received with warmth the local ordinary, giving him a taste of the main means of transportation in the locality. At St. James Parish Ikata, the prelate and his entourage were given a special reception likened to Jesus' triumphant entrance into Jerusalem. The parish priest of St. James Parish Ikata, Reverend Father Emmanuel Molongwe Etonge, feels honored receiving the bishop on his 7th pastoral visit here. Likewise, the dean of Muyoka.
In fact, the bishops coming here every day is always heightened by lots of emotions. And I myself, for one, being the parish priest and for the most part receiving the bishop for the second time, I think it's a great honor for me because comparing the last year that I received the bishop, there are lots of changes and transformations that have taken place spiritually in the parish, pastorally wise in the parish, intellectually wise at the level of the school, and developmental wise at the level of the church premise, taking the venture with the common man, and he is always there for the common people in Ikata. Ikata is a place where everybody dreads to come, but he has never for once been afraid to come to Ikata. I think it's a plus further to Matadom.
We see bishop around every time. Now sign for tell you say bishop like itinerary and they like you to plenty. We'd always find time to say visit Moyoka. And my Lord Bishop, we want to tell you say the love we get and we like the Christians and the priests, we will always reciprocate that.
The chairman of the Parish Pastoral Council, Eno Thaddeus Ayamba, gave an account of the main challenges of the Ikata Christian community.
B. The school. The staffing situation needs to be redressed in line with teacher-people ratio. A support of even one teacher transferred from the Catholic Education Board can ease the situation. C. Ikata community needs. The Siak tank is already small for the headquarters in Ikata. The second tank, almost opposite MTN antenna, situated at quarter 1, needs to be checked, renovated, and connected, and other items bought to ease regular flow of water to all. The people of Ikata need a health center, Mount Mary Annex. The population has an accommodation and solicits to the bishop to help provide them with staff, equipment, and other needs necessary for the running of the center.
The Bike Riders Union of Ikata, through their president, expressed gratitude to His Lordship Michael Bibi for the symbolic gesture of donating bikes to help empower the young people here. They handed him a token to ease his pastoral duties.
We are indeed overwhelmed based on the fact that each time the bishop is coming here, It is indeed a very big pleasure for us to see a man of God of that standard to visit us all here. And from what we have handed or shared with him, the Lord Bishop, it is our pleasure handing over what we have for him. Actually, he has been doing much for us, most especially the bike riders and the community at large.
Note here that ecumenism is a strong force in Ikata.
For us, it is wonderful and it is excellent. We are happy and we are grateful. And we pray that the Almighty God will continually give him wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to handle the affairs in this diocese. And we as Presbyterians, we are happy and we are working together with the Roman Catholic to see that the work of God goes ahead.
Traditional dances, Bible recitation, ballet, and merrymaking crowned the event.
Beautiful sounds and colors there from Ikata. We stay at Ikata, where the people of Ikata have been called not to be overburdened by what they go through, the present challenges, but cast their burdens unto God, who will provide a lasting solution to all their problems. This was the central message delivered to Christians at the St. James Parish, Ikata, by the Bishop of Buea, Bishop Michael Bibi, yesterday during his pastoral visit. Sama Eileen once more with the details.
His Lordship Michael Bibi, Bishop of the Diocese of Buea, while officiating Mass at St. James Catholic Church, Ikata, began his homily by encouraging the people of Ikata not to be overburdened with their problems, but to trust in God, who will provide lasting solutions amid life's turbulence.
Yes, the Christians for Corinthia, they mean there for inside trouble. They mean to go through lots and lots of difficulties. And why that way Paul, when he been writing number 2 letter for them, he been tell them, say, blessed be for the God and the Father for we Master Jesus Christ, where he come for console winner. Where he come for make sure say the trouble won't a day for inside. So make that trouble overweigh winner. But say for inside that trouble, may we understand. I wanna believe say they with winner and say it a lookout winner. And why that we must continue our trust for God. Because if we not trust for God, then it will be very, very difficult for we to see what we go through in a positive way. And we all with the prayer and with the hope. Say God for your own time and how he want time. He will make we will completely come out of the situation we did for inside.
The proper teacher then re-echoed the message of peace in this hardly hit crisis locality, a situation that has greatly ameliorated over the years, giving the people hope for the future. He reminded them of the history of salvation, how God brought light into the world through his Son Jesus Christ. Thus, all must share that light and strive to live according to God's commandments.
For my personal judgment, I see him say, the situation, it don't change more. I know very well. So before when we have been come over inside the church, all now they wait me the ring bell. And when the ring bell, what did it happen? We don't run over bush. With the ring bell again now, with the run over bush now, with the manage whatever inside we houses. Where I think say that want to be now some good thing. And we get for try for make sure, say, make we like the population for this village, may we like the Christian for this village, say we continue for hold strong for prayer for God. Say as we get improvement, as soon as the better, small, so make God it go help we so that we will be able for make things and come to normal finally.
Another pertinent issue highlighted during Mass by the Chief Shepherd of Boya is the importance of education. Here, the prelate in his homily extended gratitude to parents who sent their children to school and to their teachers as well, while calling on the kids to stay focused on their studies.
Since when I start that school, the school, it don't struggle small in order for go ahead. It be not because when I see the importance, say, in spite of the struggles where we go through, we never leave a more picking and day where they know they go for school. So I want to use this opportunity to thank all the parents where they make the effort for CMC, made a picking and go for the different schools away than they for inside this village. I want to thank the teachers where they sacrifice time in order to make sure that they accompany this picking them so that they go continue for learn in order for know God, for know which way they happen for inside the society, so that tomorrow then too we can be responsible for inside the society. And I want to tell when I'm picking them, say this opportunity when I don't get them for go for school, make when I use the opportunity fine. When I go for school, make when I know just the play.
The Mass was highly animated by the St. James Parish Choir, marked by a special offertory and thanksgiving processions.
Let's now talk education, where the proprietor of Catholic schools in the Diocese of Aboyo, Bishop Michael Bibi, today paid a visit to the Regional Patches College in Motengene, during which the 2024-2025 academic year was dedicated unto God. In the course of his visit, the bishop was briefed about the strength and weaknesses of the college. Details in this report.
It was Empire Day, as our grandparents would describe a great day for staff and students of the Regional Patches College and pupils of St. Joseph Primary School Motengene as they gathered at All Saints Parish Motengene to dedicate the academic year 2024-2025 under God's guidance. The event began with a Eucharistic celebration led by the proprietor of Catholic schools in the Diocese of Boya, Bishop Michael Bibi, and beautifully animated by the Repacor School Choir. The event that was characterized with speeches saw the principal of the college give a rundown of activities in the course of the academic year, with great successes such as the renovation of the boys' dormitory, the institution of the industrial section, which has run for 4 years, running a day and boarding section amongst others. Just as every institution, they face few challenges, such as students of the day section not fully involved in all school activities, but the team is determined for a gracious academic year 2024-2025. Madame Fulai is the principal of Repacor.
Today we had our inaugural mass celebrated by His Lordship, Bishop Michael Bibi, the Diocese of Boya. It is a mass that we have been waiting for so long, and thank God it finally came. The bishop was on time and everything went well. During his sermon, he cautioned the students on drug abuse, and also encourage the students to know that it's never too late to change, and encourage the teachers to know that they have a big responsibility on their shoulders, and they know that if these children fail, they are failed. So we thank the bishop so much for all that he has been doing. Some 2-3 years back, the boys' dormitory was no good sight for one to see, but I bet you today we'll happily open our doors for everybody who wants to see the boys' dormitory, because we have a very, very beautiful place for the boys to lay their heads, and we'll be moving gradually to the girls to make it very, very comfortable. The girls are comfortable. They know women being what they are, they have to be very, very comfortable.
These students, after listening to the message of the bishop, are staying back with these resolutions in order to succeed in their studies.
The welcoming of the bishop was really, really a great deal for us in our beautiful premises today. And in church, we heard a lot from the bishop about what we should do. We should take our studies seriously and everything. But we also want to ensure that we implement it, because as they say, action speaks louder than words. So we will do our best as students and as a community, as a family of Repacor, to do what the bishop has said today. He has said so many great things, and we are really, really happy to welcome him here today.
The bishop mass went very well, and the bishop taught us many things, and we need to put them in practice. He taught about us the intake of drugs in boarding schools, that we should stop them, which is not good because the drugs can damage our health and will not be able to focus on studies. He also spoke about the way students react towards teachers in a very bad way, like when a teacher talks to a student, the student disobey the teacher, which is very wrong. He also taught about our studies, that we should not be playing, we should not be following bad friends because we came here individually and we are going to go back individually. We should focus on our studies because we are the future generation of tomorrow and we have to make our parents proud.
Today's teachers, the message of the bishop to the staff and students is timely and promised to live up to the facts.
He sent a clarion call especially to the students who are caught in the web of the misdemeanors of today, especially drug abuse.
He actually requested that we dispense knowledge to students, not just about God, but we dispense knowledge of God to students such that when the students meet with any situation, they should be able to recognize God there.
The second part of the program was characterized with traditional and cultural display from the staff and students who thrilled the bishop and his entourage with songs, dance steps and spoken words, assuring all that the school environment is a ground to breed young talents for the future.
We stay at the Regional Patches College in Mutengene, where the students have been called to stay away from drugs and anything that will hinder their education. This was the central message of the proprietor of Catholic schools in the Diocese of Aboya during his homily while celebrating Mass with staff and students of the college. Up next is an excerpt of the bishop's homily.
If God does not accompany us, it will be practically impossible to succeed in our endeavors. This was the message from the Bishop of Boya, Bishop Michael Bibi, as he celebrated Mass with the staff and students of the Regional Patches College, Repacol, and pupils of St. Joseph Primary School Mutengene. The proprietor of the Catholic schools during his homily thanked the teachers for their numerous sacrifices in shaping young minds and called on them to be good examples to the students and pupils entrusted to their care and give them knowledge that will help them relate in the society and recognize God in all they do.
Yes, my dear members of staff, I would like to encourage you to keep up with the good work you have been doing. I would like to encourage you to be a good example to the students. I would like to encourage you to make sure that you sacrifice as much as you can to share the knowledge that you have received with the students.
He went further to encourage the students and pupils to take the academics seriously and be disciplined if they wish to succeed in their studies.
You have come to school because your parents have made lots of sacrifices in order to see to it that you be students. You have come to this school because you want to build your future. Yes, when you apply yourself to your studies, when you make sure you are disciplined, when you follow the program that is given to you in school, when you are present in class, when you are present in the times that you are required to make your private studies, that no doubt will go a long way to continue to shape and to form you.
Frowning against the bad habits of drugs consumption in the school milieu, the bishop cautioned the students of the setbacks in engaging in such practices as it will easily kill rather than build their future.
And for those of you who have developed a habit of taking drugs and making sure that you do everything possible in order to remain in this condition, you are not making the right choice. Drug abuse among young people only help to destroy your future. You may think that when you take drugs you have courage. You may think that when you take drugs you can challenge your teachers. You may think that when you take drugs you are bold and you can do and undo. Unfortunately, this only helps to destroy
proprietor thus advised the students and pupils to soak themselves in their studies, cooperate with their teachers, and put God first in all they do, and they will see themselves excelling in life.
Now let's talk project update in the Diocese of Aboya, where work is near completion at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral and the Bishop Pius Awa Memorial Pastoral Center here in Boya. From a news desk, Nadesh May paid a visit to these two sites today and says if work goes on as planned, it is just a matter of time for these structures to be completed. Her report.
At the Co-Cathedral site, staffing work continues on all the balconies, with the unique designs being added to enhance the building's beauty and make sure it gets the attention it deserves. Work at the center of the Co-Cathedral began on Wednesday, February 19, and is expected to be completed by Monday. Workers will proceed with the pole line, ironworks and wooden works to further progress on the project. Contractor Chet Lawrence assures the community that the interior of the Co-Cathedral will be completed by April.
Presently, I here for take part of this center middle, this very tall and the highest point inside Co-Cathedral for put Lambri for day. So presently now we start on yesterday, the 19th of February. Today the 20th we will continue with scaffing. Presuming say by latest Monday we'll finish with scaffold work. Then we start with the pole line then. Where we'll go ahead with the iron work for connect the iron work before you take now the wooden work. So to presume say this work, I will tell Bishop say I will do them in 2 months time.
Meanwhile, the raising of pillars at the second floor of the conference room, which began last week, is progressing steadily, with the raising of columns and block works expected to be completed in the next 3 weeks. Then the final decking of the building will begin.
Start this one about 2 weeks ago. We're there now for raising of the columns and the block work. We would intend say in the next 3 weeks to a month, more to deck this one. Because rain fight against rain, say rain one only finally come, we don't deck this building. Very level where we there for the they get 2 big dormitories with their section of toilets. We stand so for their section of toilets and shower, general showers. Where if some people fit come like a group, they fit use this section. Then the other side is still maintain their studios, room, kitchen, toilets. I wait where this section container. After this level, we get the last level for up. We will still carry the same person for up. So with the hope everything being equal, we'll try for speed up. So every one come with it doing a plastering, may not stay away for block work again.
These ongoing projects at both the Co-Cathedral and the Bishop Pius Awa Memorial Pastoral Center highlights the Diocese of Boya's commitment to serving both the church and the community with dedication.
Away from church news, women groups and NGO have met for the second preparatory meeting ahead of the 40th edition of the International Women's Day. The meeting that took place at the Women Empowerment Center here in Boya aimed at planning week-long activities for this year's 2025 Women's Day that comes up on the 8th of March. Magdalene Wando with the details.
Second preparatory meeting for the 40th edition of International Women's Day celebration brings together organizers, stakeholders and other women to finalize plans for the commemoration of Women's Day come March 8, 2025. Coming 30 years after the Beijing conference is the 40th edition of International Women's Day with week-long activities, discussions and initiatives to empower women. Eteki Stella, Director of Women's Empowerment and the Family, highlighted the evolution of of Women 30 years after the Beijing conference.
We are doing an evaluation. What has happened 30 years after? I want to say women has been very, very successful. Women have moved forward. A lot of things have happened for women. We look at enrollment in various schools, educational-wise. You look at political-wise, we have a lot of women mayors, councillors, women holding key positions in the society, women doctors, and so on. So we want to say women have really moved forward.
After due deliberations on activities, there was room for interventions where women made proposals on areas where sensitization needs to be done, like health, communication, and involvement in the electoral process.
Encouraging all the women who have not been enrolled in the electoral register should find themselves, get involved, because women too has a role to play in the electoral process in Cameroon.
Our team is free. You can call us to talk to your staff, to talk to your colleague on how to combat the damages that is ravaging our society. Because when you are at the level of dialysis, we don't want to say there's no cure, but it is traumatic, it is costly.
Under the theme For All Women and Girls, Rights, Equality and Empowerment, the attendance of women for the preparatory meeting shows commitment and devotion of women to celebrate the day. Elizabeth Mukete, Research Officer Number 1 in the Division of Economic, Social and Cultural Affairs at the Governor's Office, highlighted the activities to commemorate the 40th edition of International Women's Day and encouraged all women to participate.
The Women's Center will have so many sociocultural activities that will touch all type of women, because each person will feel engaged and feel you have to belong. So we have so many games that will take place that will encourage all the women to take part.
The organization of week-long activities to commemorate the 40th edition of International Women's Day, slated for Saturday, March 8, 2025, is a medium for interaction, sensitization, and unity.
And in news out of the country, good news is coming from Uganda, where the head officials says 8 persons who tested positive for the Sudan strain of Ebola have been cured and asked that they be released. Also in South Africa, the finance minister is forced to postpone the unveiling of the state budget due to disagreement in the coalition government. Hilaron Tukov takes us across the world.
South Africa's Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana has been forced to postpone the unveiling of the national budget following disagreements within the coalition government. Coalition partners derailed his budget after opposing his plan to raise value-added tax, which would have seen the prices of goods go up at a time when South Africans are hard hit by the cost of living crisis. The Finance Minister is a member of the African National Congress, which was forced to enter into a coalition after losing its parliamentary majority in elections last year. His failure to table the budget sent shockwaves in South Africa, as it has never happened since the end of the white minority rule in 1994. The Democratic Alliance, which is the second biggest party in the coalition, was one of the most vocal critics of the postponed budget. The African National Congress, other coalition partners like the Freedom Front Plus, said they were only told of the proposed hack before the minister was due to table the budget. The budget will now be tabled on 12 March following further discussions to iron out differences. The opposition economic freedom fighters expressed dismay over the postponement, saying it was a symptom of weak and opportunist governance. Uganda have discharged 8 patients who have recovered from the Sudan strain of Ebola after they tested negative twice. Health officials have reported the disease has killed 1 person and infected 8 others since an outbreak was reported last month, but 265 people who were listed for monitoring remain in quarantine conditions. This is the 8th Ebola outbreak in Uganda since the first infection was recorded in 2000. The Sudan Ebola virus is a highly infectious disease which is transmitted through contact. Uganda's health minister confirmed the discharge of the 8 patients and said they should not be stigmatized. I urge their families and communities to receive and interact with them normally. The World Health Organization says their recovery was an important milestone in efforts to contain the outbreak. The Sudan strain is severe, normally killing at least 40% of those infected.
That foreign report from Hilarion Turkov wraps up what we have for you this Thursday evening here in Buea. Let's revisit our major stories once more. His Lordship Bishop Michael B.B. receives SS love, best wishes and support from the people of Ikata, this while on a pastoral visit to the community yesterday, Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. Also in this newscast, we told you that at the Regional Patches College in Mutengene, the 2024-2025 academic year was dedicated to God this faithful day as the Chief Shepherd of Buea paid a visit to the campus, and the second preparatory meeting ahead of the 40th edition of the International Women's Day come March 8 has been held here in Buea. We keep you in the company of beautiful programs still to come your way here. We wish you a wonderful evening in God's company. Please, do stay with us.